an old creepy hotel in the Centro Histórico where I still live, and became part of a movement of earthquake victims, damnificados, that organized a movement from which the civil society resurged in Mexico, a very resurgent civil society. That movement evolved from the individual buildings. Each building was an organization unto itself. Each block was an organization. Each neighborhood was an organization. Within 3 weeks, we had put 100,000 people in front of the Mexican White House, Los Pinos. And with that pressure from down below, replacement housing, precisely where the housing had come down, 30,000 people were killed, over 10,000 buildings damaged, 1,000 came down. But replacement housing was built exactly where it had come down due to the pressure from down below. And that movement of damnificados, that movement of earthquake victims, very quickly translated into political terms. And the government was very inactive at the beginning, and people suddenly realized they could take care of their own lives. They didn't have to depend on this party that had ruled Mexico for, at that point, 61 years, the Institutional Revolutionary Party, or the PRI. And one of my compadres, Don Lalo, said to me, you know, John, before the earthquake, we thought the PRI would take care of us from the cradle to the grave. And afterwards, we realized that we could do it for ourselves. And that sense actually translated into, as I said, political terms, the 1988 election, which was stolen from Cuauhtémoc Cárdenas, and the left actually never has lost Mexico City since 1988. And when elections for the mayor were instituted as a result of constitutional reform in 1996 and 1997, Cárdenas became mayor of Mexico City, elected mayor, and there have been 4 mayors since then, all of them from the Party of the Democratic Revolution. No other megalopolis in the Americas and perhaps in the world has been run by a left party for so long. And it's been an interesting experiment.
Would you say Mexico City is where Subcomandante Marcos came from?
Subcomandante Marcos, who we haven't seen for a long time, is actually from Tampico in the north, in the state of Tamaulipas. He went to the Autonomous University, to the UNAM.
In Mexico City.
In Mexico City. And then
What's his name?
What was
his name?
Well, Marcos has never told us what his name is. The government has said it repeatedly. Rafael Sebastian Guillem Vicente. We haven't seen him for a long time. He's been absent from the public stage for the last 14 months, although there have been periods of time when he's been absent longer. You know? But at this point, he didn't show up at the annual January 1st fiestas that occur as a result to mark the 16th year of the rebellion. And I have a feeling that Marcos is just the persona. He's just the mask. And I have a feeling that that persona no longer fits the needs of the Zapatista movement, and we may not see Subcomandante Marcos again. No?
Well, you just said there's never been a left party that has run a major city for so long. What's changed?
A lot of things have changed. There were a lot of things to change. One of the things that I think has changed most radically is that the sense of community participation, the sense of citizen involvement is the way things happen now. I go to 2 neighborhood meetings each week in the Centro where I live. Hundreds of people come to these meetings and discuss what's going on in the city, discuss what's going on nationally, discuss what's going on in history, because this is the 100th anniversary of the Mexican Revolution. So, you know, these are get-togethers in which the people know that the input in these meetings will be heard at City Hall, just a couple of blocks away, as a matter of fact. So I think that's what's really changed. But in terms of social amenities, 13 years of a left party, things like abortion on demand during the first 12 weeks of gestation, free abortion on demand, same-sex marriage as of March 4th, and now every week we're having collective marriages. a right to die bill with dignity, bicycling every Sunday, 2 days a week without cars. The air has gotten better. The gas has been reformulated. Commitment to recycling. Mexico puts out about 20,000 tons of garbage every day, and that's a lot of recycling to be done. All of these social amenities, I think, they're very distinct from the rest of Mexico and very distinct from the rest of Latin America. And sometimes it feels like Mexico City is San Francisco.